Hi there, I'm Sandra, and in this video we are going to analyze the use of linkers of contrast and linkers of cause and effect. So let's start. Okay, first we're going to analyze these six sentences. Please read them and try to identify the linkers. So the first sentence, most people thought the ice bucket challenge was brilliant. However, there were people who disagreed. So here we have, however. Despite its popularity, many people didn't know where the idea had come from. Number 3, Pete Freitz found the time to raise money for charity in spite of being quite ill. Although he was challenged, Barack Obama decided not to pour water over his head. Number 5, I didn't do the challenge even though 4 of my friends nominated me. The last one, many people did the challenge without donating. Nevertheless, the charity still made a lot of money. So, as you can see, we use linkers of contrast to express two different or opposite ideas or facts. So now, we're going to analyze this in order to know where is the contrast of each sentence. Okay, in the first sentence we have, most people thought the ice bucket challenge was brilliant. However, there were people who disagreed. So in the first sentence, we have the first part. Most people thought the ice bucket challenge was brilliant. This part is expressing an idea. Then, there were people who disagreed. This part of the sentence is expressing an opposite idea to the first one. Can you find the contrast in the second sentence? So we have, despite its popularity, we're talking about about how popular was the ice bucket challenge. Then we have, many people didn't know where the idea had come from. So in this part, even when a lot of people know about the ice bucket challenge, most of them didn't know why or didn't know where the idea had come from. They didn't know who invented it or how this idea was created. Next, we have Pete Freitz found the time to raise money for charity. This part of the sentence is expressing a whole idea. Then we have, in spite of being quite ill. In spite of being quite ill, we're referring to the same person, Pete Freitz, but we're talking about another idea. The next sentence. Although he was talented, we are talking about someone that was invited to do this activity. And then we have Barack Obama decided not to pour water over his head. Now we know about who we are talking, Barack Obama. And he decided not to do the activity. So that's the opposite part of the first part of the sentence. Number 5, I didn't do the challenge, even though 4 of my friends nominated me. So in one part of the sentence, the friends invited him to do something, but in the other part, he's saying that he didn't do it. So these two actions are expressing a contrast. Finally, we have many people did the challenge without donating. Nevertheless, the charity still made a lot of money. So can you find the opposite ideas here? The first part is many people did the challenge without donating. So there were people who pour water over his head or their their head, but they didn't give money to the charity. And in the other part, even without counting all these people, there were a lot of people who give money. So now, can you recognize the place of these linkers in the sentence? In the first one, we have however, which is in the middle of the whole sentence, but it is separating two different ideas. The second one, it's at the beginning of the sentence. The third one, as you can see it, in spite of, it's again at the middle, separating two ideas. The number 4, although he was challenged, it's at the beginning and it is introducing something, but with a comma, we can identify the second part. In the number 5, we have even though 4 of my friends nominated me. So here again, it's at the middle. And in the last phrase, again, it is introducing something, but it could be also at the middle of the sentence. So now, as you can see, here we have the linkers of contrast. They followed by noun phrase or gerund, full clause, or they're used to introduce the contrasting idea. And they can be placed at the beginning or the middle, or just at the beginning followed by a comma. Okay, now please read this 4 sentence. We're going to identify the linkers. Okay, so in this sentence we have, due to an accident that occurs while she was working outside the space station, an astronaut finds herself stranded in outer space. So the linker here is due to. The second sentence, the Earth is a mess as a result of mankind's greed. Okay, a result of. Mankind has invaded the planet Pandora because of its natural resources. Because of. One of the rocket's oxygen tanks explodes and consequently, the 3 main crew have to fight against all the odds to bring their spaceship home. So again, in the first sentence here, we have due to an accident that occurs while she was working outside the space station. What's happening here? What's the use of this linker? So can you find the use of the all of the 3 other linkers? Let's check. Okay, so the first 3 one, due to, as a result of, and because of, we use it for the same things. So we use it to give reason for an action or event. So the reason was an accident that occurs while she was working outside the space station. The event was that an astronaut finds herself. The second one is the same usage, also for the third one. And finally, for the fourth sentence, we have introduced the effect of the cause mentioned. So now, please try to identify the place of each linker. Did you find it? Let's check. So due to could be at the beginning of the sentence, and it could also be at the middle. Yes, it is followed by a noun phrase. Then, as a result of, it could be at the beginning or at the middle of the sentence, like in this example. And this linker, it is also used with a noun phrase. The third one, because of, it could be at the beginning or at the middle. And it's followed by the noun phrase. Now, what's the difference with consequently? In this case, it is followed by the subject and a verb in this order. So again, we have the linkers of cause and effect. And now we know that are followed by the reason for an action or event, or their use to introduce the effect of the cause mentioned. So I hope you like it, you enjoyed it, you understood me. And here is a little activity you can do at home. See you next class.